Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can be able to create this amazing website, portfolio website over here. So this is how the website looks like. Now let me just refresh the website over here. And this is how it looks like. So it is just a portfolio website called Michael Ray. It have 4 pages over here. And then also, on the header you have a contact me button over here, very beautifully designed. And then when you come to this, is the hero session introducing who Michael Ray is, and then the experiences and other stuff we have, with also a call to action contact button over here. And then when you scroll down, you have what skills and expertise Michael have, and then also experiences that Michael has over here. And then when you scroll down, also there is also another version, another section describing some of the things that Michael is capable of doing, and then also the proven results and what Michael can be able to also do. And then when you come down, it's where the portfolio is, where Michael's portfolio is shown over here. So you can see a bunch of projects that Michael has been able to undertake during his services that he provides for people. And then when you come over here, this is the journey of Michael. So it's kind of like showing the timeline of what Michael has been up to, and then what Michael can be able to do, and what Michael has been doing during all these years. So this is a two section container over here, with the left side talking small about Michael's journey, and then the other side showcasing the timeline of Michael's journey over here. Then when you scroll down, these are some of the we call it counter. Okay, so these are counter widgets over here, whereby it counts the project, happy clients, Google reviews, and then also experiences Michael also have. And then we have this one review over here showcasing, of course you can add multiple reviews, but this is just one view showcasing Michael's reviews over here. And then when you come down over here, this is the last section of it, which is a call to action, encouraging people to be able to take action in what Michael is providing. And then we have the footer section also over here. So this is just how the homepage really looks like. Now when you go to the services, also it talks about Michael's services, what Michael is able to offer, and other stuff also over here. So just a simple page over here. And then Michael's portfolio also is shown over here. So the projects that Michael has been able to undertake, some of the things that Michael has been able to do, descriptions, and then also you can go ahead to view the particular project in live in action. And then that is basically how the portfolio looks like. It's very simple but very clean and neat. And then we also have the contact page where people can be able to reach out to Michael. So this is just a simple portfolio website, which really is good for almost everybody who is into whether you are into digital marketing, web design, whether you are into any kind of business. You can use this one for your portfolio, because it just describes everything that you want to take. So the design and other stuff is basically for almost everybody who needs a portfolio website. So this is basically what we are going to do, and I hope you guys are ready for this journey of web design. Now of course I have this particular template available in Template Seller. If you go to templateseller.com, okay, you can be able to see this particular template over there. Okay, so when you come over here, you see that it is selling for 29.99 USD. You can click to view it, and then you can even see the demo over here. So basically you can download this template over here for 29.99, but if you don't have money to download it, that is why I'm here. I'm going to show you how you can be able to design this particular template or this particular website for yourself. Okay, so stick with me, let's enter into the design mode. Now if you are new over here, my name is Kobe, and we go through web design process using WordPress and Elementor over here. Now you can please help me by subscribing to the channel, and let's grow together. So let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so to be able to create a website like this, you will need some few things. Now first of all, you need a domain name and a hosting. Secondly, you also need to install WordPress on your hosting. So what we mean by domain name and hosting is that domain names are actually the name that you type in your search bar for the website to appear. So for instance, if I want this website to appear, or if I want my website to appear, I just type in kitechdigital.com inside the search bar over here, okay? And then when I hit enter, my website will definitely appear for me because it is live, and then it is working. So this particular is the domain name. This one over here is the domain name. Now domain name alone cannot be able to help you create a website. You need what we call hosting packages. Now hosting packages is more or less like you having space in the cloud, so that all your files and folders of your website will be stored over there. So there's somebody having vast space somewhere, and the person is renting you some space so that you can be able to store your files and folders in that particular place, so that whenever somebody type in your website name over here, the domain name over here, your website will be able to retrieve that particular files and folders, and then your website will be able to show over here. And that is basically hosting. So you will need hosting also. So to be able to get hosting and domain name, I would love you to type in kitechdigital over here /namecheap. Okay, just type in kitechdigital /namecheap. I'll leave the link in the description over there, and then you can be able to get cheap domain name over here. So you'll be able to get cheap domain name over here, and then also hosting over here. So if you look hover over here, you can be able to get your hosting, either shared hosting, WordPress hosting, reseller hosting, VPS hosting, dedicated hosting, all kinds of hosting you can be able to get. If you type the domain name that you want over here, and then you search, you can be able to get it as cheap as $5 for your first year. So basically that is what domain name is. Go ahead, get yourself domain name and hosting, and then come back and follow this tutorial. Now also you need to install WordPress over there. Now I've gone ahead to do all those kind of stuff because I don't want this tutorial to be very long. So if you don't know how to install WordPress, I'll leave a link in the description for you. You're able to learn how to also install WordPress, and then also how to buy domain name. I'll leave the links over there for you. Okay, so now enough of domain and hosting. Now let's get into the designing aspect. Now I have already installed my WordPress. So as you can see, this is a complete WordPress installation. I am running it on this domain name over here, which is kitechtutorials.com over here, and that is what I'm using for this particular website. So this is a new installation of WordPress. This is a sample page over here, and then I'm using the 2024 theme as at now over here. So basically that is it. Now this is the back end of my website. Okay, so this the back end also over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some small settings, and then WordPress settings, and then we go ahead to start our design process. So I'm going to just clear this place. So I'm going to dismiss this one, click on screen options over here, and I'll go to untick this particular ones also over here, and then I'll just click on the screen options to make it go up. Now you see my dashboard is clean. I love clean dashboard. Now if I go over to settings over here, I can go to the general settings over here, and then I'll set my blog my website name. So I'm going to call it Michael Ray. Okay, that is my website name. And then over here I'll say maybe my portfolio. Okay, so my portfolio. All right, so now I have this one. Now, of course, you can choose your site icon, and then make sure that your website address and the URL site address is also the same. WordPress address and then the site address are all the same. Now make sure you don't touch anything over here, just leave it as it is. Now also you set up your administrative email, And then if it is a membership, you can go ahead and then just say anyone can register, but it's a portfolio website, so nobody's going to register over here. Now you set up your language and then your time zone, date format, everything. Make sure everything is quite okay, and then click on save changes. All right, so we are done with settings over here. Now we'll come back to this one, but we're going to go to permalinks over here. And then with the permalinks, I'm going to change my permalinks to post name. Okay, so basically I want all my links to be simple for SEO purposes. I want it to be simple and then short. Okay, so basically post name is okay. I'll click on save changes over here. And then later on we come back to reading when we set up our home page and other stuff. But I think for now everything is quite okay. So the first thing first, what we're going to do is we're going to install a theme. Okay, so I'm going to install a theme. Now the theme we used on this particular website is the Cadence theme. Okay, so we use the Cadence theme, and it's very, very slick and unique. For those of you who know me and who have been following this particular channel for a long, that I love using the Cadence theme. I love using Oceans WP, and then sometimes also Astra and then Rishi theme, but Cadence theme is kind of my go-to. Okay, so I'm going to use the Cadence theme, but of course you can use any theme that you want, but I am using the Cadence theme, so you follow along and use the same theme also over here. So I'm going to go to appearance. Okay, so to install a theme, I'll hover on appearance over here, and I'm going to go to themes over here. Now I have some few themes pre-installed for me when I installed the WordPress on this particular domain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove some of the themes that I don't need. So I wouldn't need the 2022, so I'm just going to click on delete. So I'll click on theme details over here, I click on delete over here, and I'll click on OK to delete it. Now I only have one theme over here for me to go ahead and use, so I'm going to add a new theme over here, and then I'm not going to upload. Okay, I'm just going to search for the theme from the theme directory over here. Now of course it's a popular theme, so if I scroll down over here, I'm going to see it over here, okay, which is the Cadence theme. So I'm going to just click on install, and I'm going to click on activate to activate the theme. Now the reason why I love the Cadence theme is it's, I don't know how to say it, but then it gives you the freedom. Even though it is a free theme and you have premium themes, it still gives you, the free version gives you the freedom to be able to do what you want to do with any kind of website that you are creating. Okay, so that is basically why I love this theme. So I'm going to just go ahead and then now that I have installed the theme, if I come to my blog over here and then I click on refresh, you're gonna see that it changes. Okay, so as you can see, everything changes. Now I love this because I can be able to do whatever I want to do with this particular theme. So now I am going to go ahead to install plugins. So I'm going to install the plugins that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and then click on plugins, or hover on plugins over here, and then click on add new plugin. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to install Elementor because that is the main kind of plugin that we're going to use to build our pages. Okay, so Elementor is what we're going to use to basically build all the pages that we are going to use. So Elementor is one of the plugins that I'm going to install for now. Alright, so I'm going to just click on activate. Okay, and then I'm going to be brought on to the the onboarding process of Elementor, but I'm going to choose to cancel it because I don't want to go through all those processes. But of course you have to go through all those. Now if you need Elementor Pro, this particular website we are using Elementor free version, but if you need Elementor Pro, just go ahead and type in kitech digital over here.com/Elementor. Now this is basically it's an affiliate link. If you choose to use it, you are just supporting the channel. I'm going to get a small commission on whatever thing that you buy over here, but then of course it's not something that I can force you to use. Now it's something of your own choice. If you choose it, you're going to help me. So it's going to bring you to Elementor hosting over here. Now if you want a proper hosting also, you can use Elementor hosting. Normally it's that cheap. Okay, Elementor hosting is that cheap, so you can use Elementor hosting. But you can also go and then choose product over here. Okay, so if you hover on product over here, you're gonna see that we have the page builder plugin over here. Okay, so just click on it. Okay, and then you can be able to go ahead and then go to the Elementor page builder itself over here. Then you can go ahead and then choose your pricing and other stuff, you know, the page builder plugin pricing and other stuff over here. So that is what basically Elementor for you. But we are using the Elementor free version, so you don't need Elementor Pro for this particular website. Okay, so it is just the Elementor free version. So now that we've installed Elementor, it still brought us to some few things over here. I'm going to click on screen options, then remove it over here, and then we are good to go. So now we have Elementor installed. Now I can go ahead to create my pages. Okay, so as you can see over here, how many pages do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Okay, so just 4 pages. Let me scroll down and see if there are other pages also over here. No, it's just 4 pages. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and then click on, hover on pages over here, click on add new page, and then I'm gonna go ahead and then create all the pages that I need. I'm just going to create them, no design yet, just going to create them, and then after that I will be able to go ahead and design them one after the other. Alright, so this particular page, I'm going to call it the home page. Okay, so I'm going to name the page home, and then over here you see template over here. I'm going to click on default template, and then click on default over here, and then change it to Elementor full width. Okay, so I'm going to use the Elementor full width, and then click over here and then click on publish. Okay, so this is exactly what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on add new page again over here to add a new page. Okay, so the next page we're going to add is services. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and then click here and then add services to it. Okay, so services. All right, so I'll do the same thing. Click on default template over here, click on default template, click on Elementor full width, and then I'm going to just publish it. All right, so I'm going to do same for the next two, you know, the portfolio and then contact. So I'm going to go over here and then also add the portfolio and then the contact page. So this one is also portfolio. Do same over here and then publish, and then I'm going to go for the next one, which is contact. Also do so over here, do same over here, go ahead and then click on publish. Okay, so now I have you know, 4 different pages created. So I have this one, I have this one, I have this one, and this one. Now this one and this one were automatically created for me, so I can go ahead and even delete them. I just move them to trash, click on apply over here, and then it is gone. So I have all these 4 pages created for me. So this is the trash. I'm going to go to the trash again and then click on this one to select all of them, click on bulk actions, and then click on permanently delete, and then click on apply, and then it's gone. Okay, so I have only 4 pages over here. I have the home page, I have the contact page, the home page, the portfolio, and then also the services. Now I want to set this particular page as my home page, proper home page. Even though I have named it home, it is still not the home. So if I go ahead and then, you know, just view the page over here, this is how it looks like. Okay, as you can see, it says /home. Okay, but if I come over here and view this particular home, okay, it doesn't say /home. It just give me the URL or the link over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I use you know, what Elementor settings to delete this kind of thing over here, so that whenever I go to my home, it just give me the website URL. So let's go over here and then go to our settings. You remember that I told you that we'll come back to readings and then do the settings for homepage and other stuff. Yeah, there's the time. So we're going to go over here, settings over here, and then click on readings over here. All right, so you see the homepage displays your latest post. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want to set the homepage to a static page. Okay, so we're going to display it as what, a static page, and then we will choose our homepage. So I'm going to choose this one as my homepage, and that is it. All what I need to do is to come here and then save it. So if you have a blog page also, you can set it over here, but we don't have any blog page, so that is it. So if I come over here You see this one have home. Now let me just refresh the website and see how it does. Now you see it has removed the home from here. Okay, now it is no more slash home, but it's what, just the URL over there. And that is how you set up your home page. All right, so you see that this menu also is displaying not the way we want it. So we want the home page to come first. The the services, the portfolio, and then the contact. Okay, so that is exactly what we wanted, just like you see over here. So we have home, services, portfolio, and then what, contact over here. So let's go back over here, and then we're going to hover on appearance, and then we go to menus. So we want to set up our menu. Now we don't have any menu set up, so as you can see, so it is just WordPress trying to use its own intelligence to display some specific things over there for you, because you set up pages. So it is just using their own kind of like intelligence to display this one for you, but you need to set up your own menu. So I'm going to just set up a primary menu or main menu or whatever it is. You can name it anyhow you want it, but I'll say main menu, and then I'll display it on the primary. Okay, so on the primary and then on the mobile also. So if you are converting the website to mobile, it also have to display on mobile. Now I'm going to click on create menu over here. All right, so now that we have this set up, now I can add menu items over there. So we have created our menu, all right, but there is no menu item. So if you go back over here and then we refresh the website, you see that there is no menu items over here because we have created the menu, but we haven't added anything over here. So but let's come over here and then click on view over here, and then let's add all this pages that we created to the menu. So we're going to just add to menu, and as you can see, we have the home page, we have the contact, we have portfolio, we have services. Now you can rearrange it anyhow you want it. So I'm going to just go ahead and put the services over here, come over here, and then drag and put the contact at the bottom over here. So basically this is how it's going to be like. Now I can click on save menu to save the menu. Now if I come back to my website and then I click on refresh button over here, see I have my my menu over here. So now I have set up what menu. But if you look at this particular one over here, you realize that, or you see that the menu is what is over here. Okay, the menu is over here, and we want the menu to be close to the the how do you call it, the logo over here. Okay, so I want the menu to be over here and we want the button also to be over here. So and that is what we will do in our next lesson. Now first of all, you can go ahead to start creating your pages, but what I want to do is, you see this one have what, a sticky header. It also have a transparent header. Okay, so that is exactly what I want to do. I want it to have that kind of transparency, so I have to go ahead and come over here and then make sure that my header is what is transparent and then sticky, and then also bring this menu over here and then do all the changes, and that is what we're going to do next. All right guys, so to be able to make our header transparent and then set up all what we want, just like the way this one does, we need to go ahead and then click on customize over here. Now if you are at the dashboard over here, to be able to get to the customization settings of the website, what we need to do is to click on customize over here. So this one also appears on the front end over here. Okay, so anywhere you click, it still leads you to the same place. So we're going to click on customize over here, and then we're going to customize our header and then also our footer and then the whole page itself. Now what we want to do first is to check out our colors. Okay, so colors and fonts, we're going to go over here, and then first of all our buttons. So I'm going to go to the buttons over here and then just change how my buttons looks like. So if you look over here, this button is just like this one over here. Okay, so we're going to use this particular button over here. So what we will do is we're going to go straight ahead over here, and then the bottom background over here, as you can see, this is the initial background. Now I have the colors over here. I'm going to just pick this particular one. So this is the yellow one. over here. So the button itself is yellow, so I'm going to go over here and then paste it over here. So I'm going to use this one, and then when you hover on it, it's transparent. So as you can see, I'm going to just drag this one down over here. So that is what transparent over here. Now the colors over here, okay, so with the colors also, or the text colors, I'm going to use this PG color over here, and then click copy it, come over here, and then just paste it over here. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now with this particular one also, what I will do is I'll just copy this yellow and then come over here and then paste it over here. So basically, if I publish it, this is how my colors will look like. Now my buttons will look like. Now let's come to background over here, border over here. So with the border colors also, of course I want to use the yellow for all of them. Okay, so the yellow for all of them, both the hover and then the normal one, okay, the initial color. Now with the border also, I will click on this one and then just use this one, and then I'll set it to 2 pixels. Okay, so that is it. And then with the border radius, I don't want any radius, so I'm just going to just click on publish. So if I set any button, I'm supposed to see it's just like the way I'm setting. Now let's go back over here and then go to typography. So let's choose a font for this particular website. Now I'm going to go over here and then click on this particular one, that is the system font over here. Now I'm going to search for EB is it Garamond? Yeah, so Garamond, this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so as you can see, this EB Garamond, and this is what I'm going to use. Now of course you can choose any kind of font, but this is basically what I'm going to use. And then I'll increase this one to either 18 or 19 depending on how I see it. So basically that is it. So I'll leave all of them as inherited, meaning that they are inherited from this particular one. So I'm going to leave all of them as it is, and I'm going to just publish it. Okay, so of course if you like, you can also change this base font color. So if I like it, I can just use any color I want, but I'm going to leave it as it is because maybe later on I'll decide to change it where I want it to be. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as it is, or let me just change it to, let's say, kind of like a grayish color, whitish grayish. This is quite okay for me, and I'm going to publish it. All right, so I'm going to go back over here with the colors. Let me see, site background. Okay, so with the site background, I want to use the BG color over here. So I'm going to go over here and make it this kind of color. So this is what I want. Okay, I want this to be my site background, and then the content background also, you can choose where you want the title above, content, and all those things. You can choose with the links also. I'm going to just say no underline over here, and then I'm going to use yellow for it. So I'm going to go over here and then just copy this yellow color over here, come over here, and then just change it to this particular one. And then I'm going to go over here and then also change it to this one, but I'll rather kind of like decrease, make it a little bit darker. Okay, so that when I hover on it, I'll feel the impact of hover on it. Okay, so basically that is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to just publish it. All right, so now that I have my background set up and everything is okay for me, I can go to my header. So I'm going to go to my header over here, and this is my header. This is how the header looks like. Now first of all, let me set my logo. Okay, so I'm going to set my logo. So click on this wrench icon or the settings icon over here, click on it, and then click on select logo over here. Okay, so you can just, if you have some images in the media library, you can, but if you don't have, we can just click on select over here and upload our logo. So I'm going to go ahead and then search for my portfolio website that I'm using. So this is a portfolio website. This is the one that we're going to use, and then as you can see, this is our logo. Okay, but I will need this image also, so I'm going to just put it over there. I also need this particular one. and then yeah, maybe this one also will be needed. So basically I think, yeah, I think it's okay. It's okay for now. I'll just go ahead and then, oh, let me just click on open over here. I was just dragging it in it. Yeah, you could just drag it in it, but since we've selected it from that part, then let's just click on open for it to open for us. All right, so guys, this is my logo. It is a white logo. Okay, just a white logo. You wouldn't see it, but at the moment it is placed on a darker background, you're gonna see the logo pop up. So I'm going to just select it and click on select. It will tell me to, you know, crop it and other stuff. Now let me just go ahead and see if I could be able to just, you know, try to crop it. If it doesn't crop the whole logo itself, but it's okay. I'm going to just click on crop because I know where it is. All right, so as you can see, the logo shows over here, but you're not seeing it because it is on what, it is on a white background. But of course, I'm going to just choose the logo layout. I'm going to just choose this logo over here. Okay, so that is basically it. And then with the background over here, okay, I'll select this main row over here and then go to design over here, and then main row background. You can, you know, choose your color that you want. Okay, so as you can see, at the moment I place in the yellow over there, the logo pop up, but that is not what we want. We want this particular color, the BG color over here. So I'm going to just come over here and then paste this one. And as you can see, this is how it looks like. It looks pretty good, pretty nice, and that is it. Okay, so even though it is not a transparent background, you can still see that the logo is popping up over here, and that is what we need. Now if you look at this particular you know, menu over here, and you look at this one, it is not the same. The menu is over here, okay, and that is exactly where we want it to be. So let's go back over here, and then we're going to drag this menu and bring it this side. Okay, so I'm going to just put it, let me just put it somewhere. Okay, let me drop it over here first, and then I don't know why, yeah, so I'm going to drop it over here. All right, so the menu is now over here, and I'm going to add, you know, a button over here. So I'm going to just add a button over here. So as you can see, this is our button, the button that we were styling. We can still style it individually over here. So this one says contact me. Okay, that is what our button says, and then we can drop our contact button over there, our contact, you know, link over here. So I'm going to copy this particular link, come over here, and then drop it over here. So that is what our contact link. Now let's go to design over here, and then we can, you know, just go ahead and set up, you know, our font specifically. So I'm going to go over here to set up my font. So I'm going to go to the font over here, and then I'm going to choose the style itself. So I'll go ahead to choose 700 or maybe 800 depending on how you want it, and then the size you can increase it to maybe 25. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so pretty bold and nice for people to catch people's attention. Okay, so that is it. Now of course, if you don't want 25, you can decrease it to maybe 20, 22 or 23. So let's say 23 is quite okay. All right, so this is how our button looks like. It looks pretty good, it looks okay. Now with the navigation over here, the menu, we're gonna click on this, the primary navigation over here, and then click on the run. So if you want to just edit any of the items, just click on this, the settings icon over here. So you see the settings icon, just click on it to edit it. Now let's go ahead, and then we want it to be underlined. Okay, so we want it to be underlined. So when we hover, we see this underline thing over here, and then also the navigation also, we're going to make it white. Okay, so the color should be all white, and then when you hover, this is how it's going to be. And then when it is active, I'm going to choose the same yellow color. Okay, so the same yellow color also over here. So I'm just, so that it's going to be what it's going to show over here. Now with the navigation font, we're going to go to its style over here, and then we'll choose maybe 700 okay, if that's what we want. And then the inherit, we can increase the size a little bit to like maybe 20 or 19 is quite okay. So let's just leave it to 19 over here. All right, so guys, as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now if you go back over here, you see that item spacing over here. We're gonna increase the spacing a little bit. So let's just make it like 2 or 2.5. Okay, so this one will be quite okay. So if you see over here, I have a little bit of spacing over here. Okay, so 2.5 is what is maybe that much. So 2.2 is quite okay. All right, so we're gonna publish it, and then when we go to the front end, this is our front end. Let's just refresh the website, and as you can see, it's looking similar to this one over here. Okay, and that is how you can be able to customize your header. Okay, so now that we have this one customized, now let's go back to our header again. We're gonna go back to now, scroll down, you see that we have transparent header, we have sticky header. Okay, so let's say we want a transparent header. Okay, so imagine maybe we want a transparent header. You can enable transparent over here. Okay, and that is it. But I'm just going to ignore this one and then come to the sticky header. Okay, so with a sticky header, I want it to be sticky when I'm scrolling. So yes, I want the main row to be sticky, and that is it. Now you can design how you want the the sticky header to look like. So if there are things over here and we are scrolling, you're gonna see that this one will become sticky. So your site title and all those things, logo, icon, color, and all those things. So the navigation, everything. Now what I want is this sticky background over here. So if you come over here and if I scroll, you see that this one changes a little bit of color. Okay, so that is exactly what we want it to also be. So I'm gonna go ahead and come over here, and then the background over here, I'm going to choose the same color that we use, and then just kind of like decrease it a little bit. So I'm going to just copy this one, change this one, and then instead of making it the same, I'm just going to let it go up a little bit, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to publish it. Okay, and then what I'll do is you wouldn't see, you're not going to see, because because we haven't how do you call it, like added any content over here, so you're not going to see. Okay, but let's say we're going to add content before we even so let's just say I'll come over here to edit the page itself. Let's just edit the page itself, and then let's say we're going to add some content over here. So let me just add some some images, or let me just just remove this one, delete this one, click over here, scroll down, browser. Okay, go to patterns over here, and then just some banners or some things that I want to showcase. So let's just say let me see, I just want something that we can have on the page, so let's say we want this particular one over here. I'm going to click on this one. All right, so something like this, right? Okay, so let me just come also to this, and then click over here, click on browser, choose another pattern, and then go to maybe call to action or something, and then choose this particular one. All right, so let me just click on update to update what we have, and then go to view the page itself. All right, so this is how it's going to be like. So now you see the difference when we scroll. What happened? Okay, when we scroll like this, what happened? It changes a little bit of color. Okay, so if you want it to be too much color, you can just make it anyhow you want it. So basically that is how it looks like, and this is sticky. You see that this one is sticky. As we scroll, it becomes sticky. Okay, and I think it's okay for me, and I like it like that. So even though we haven't designed it, see, at the moment I chose some few patterns over here, the website is becoming what, nicer and nicer. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to just delete what I did, and then we start creating our footer, and then we go ahead to create our home page. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead to just remove this one. Oh, console, go ahead, delete, click on this one, click on this, delete. So now we don't have anything specifically over here. All right, so update it, and that is it. Now let's go back to our customizer side, and then let's go to our footer. Okay, so I'm going to go back and then come to footer over here. Now this is the footer that we have, and what footer are we having over here? So we're going to have these two footers over here. All right, so before we even go ahead, let's go back to our menus over here and then create another menu, or we can decide to add this one to this same menu to our footer, to our footer. So I'm going to just click on save by just taking this footer over here. So this same menu will appear on my footer. Now I'm going to go over here, and then what I'll do is over here I'm just going to click on this one and choose footer navigation over here. So I'm going to choose footer navigation over here. So as you can see, the footer navigation appears over here. And then with the copyright over here also, I'll click on the the settings icon, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the theme credit over here, and then maybe just add my own thing over here. So designed by Kitech Digital. All right, so this is it. So that is my footer. I'm going to just click on update over here, but with this particular one, I want to just come over here and then go to its design. Okay, and change this one to a little bit grayish, and then this one also I'm going to change this one to let me see, to the yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and copy this yellow, or let me just make it like this grayish color over here, so that I don't want this one to be shown as in like it is the one that is what it is. I just want the top to show, but this one, it's okay if it is like this. Okay, so now with this particular side, okay, so what I want is I want it to also have that kind of gray color. So the middle, not gray color, so this kind of like lighter color. So the middle row over here, the middle row background, so I'm going to choose the BG color over here, and then what I'm going to do is just make it a little bit lighter like this. Okay, so yeah, this is quite okay for me. And of course you can go ahead and then just know how if you want to remove the bottom space over here. All depends on you how you want to run your own thing. Okay, and also over here, if you want to increase the space and other stuff, so the minimum height you can decide to maybe increase it to, let's say 20, 90, it depends on you, maybe 50, it depends on you. Okay, so 60, all depends on you, however you want it to be like. Okay, so and then you can just increase the top space to 40, bottom space to 40, all depends on how you want to do your own thing. All right, so basically I think everything is quite okay, and everything looks fine. You can just increase or decrease the size the way you want it. Okay, so this one is quite okay for me, and I'm good to go. So over here also you can go ahead and then just remove the top spacing from here, so that it's going to be like this. So I'm going to just publish it. Okay, and now we have designed our footer and header for the website. So if I close this one and I come over here, I have my footer and header, but as you can see, this one is not in the middle, right? This one is not in the middle. So let's go back again. Let's go to customize over here. Let's make sure that we place this one, the footer navigation, in the middle. So let's go back to footer over here, and then what we're going to do is let me just click on this particular one, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one, which is a little bit bigger, okay, which is a little bit bigger, and then yeah, so let me just click on this one and then put it in the middle, and put it in the middle. So the footer navigation over here, make sure that you align the content in the middle, and then you align also vertical alignment, you align it well. Okay, so basically that is it. So after you've done it, now know that everything you've done over here is for desktop. Okay, so you can go ahead to redesign it for tablet and mobile. Okay, so let's go ahead for tablet over here, and this is how it's going to look like. So as you can see, it looks fine, all right, but you can still do a little bit. This is too big. Okay, this is too big for mobile, so you can go ahead and then just reduce the size a little bit. Okay, and then also this one, it's not really showing, so you can go ahead and then just remove this color over. So this is a trigger color, and then make it a little bit whiter. Okay, yeah, and then you can even increase the size to, let's say, 30. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, everything will look fine. It depends on how this one is also too big. Okay, so you can also adjust the height anyhow you want it. Okay, it depends on how you want it. With the bottom size also, you can just go ahead and with the top also, you can go ahead and then adjust the size. With this one also, you can just go to it. If the spacing is also too big, the size, the font size and other stuff, you can just reduce it. So as you can see, at the moment I reduce it a little bit, see how it becomes. Okay, so everything can be adjusted to fit the way you want it. Now I'm going to just publish it. Now if you want to also design this place also, you can. Okay, so let's bring the footer up, and then this is what let me see. Yeah, so this is the footer. This is the how do you call it, the mobile footer. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over here. Oh, this is the header. Okay, so this is the header. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the header. Okay, I forgot that this is the header. So click on header over here, and as you can see, the navigation of campus of canvas color, or the settings over here, you can be able to play around it. So over here you can decide to just copy the BG color over here and use it as the pop-up background. So as you can see, it makes sense. You can even make it a little bit transparent. Okay, yeah, and then you can just increase the size a little bit. So I'm going to just go ahead and increase this size a little bit. Go to the style, just make it nice. It all depends on how you want to do it, and then I will just click on publish. Alright, so guys, now I can go back because I know I have set up everything right. Okay, so now I can be able to go ahead and edit or design my homepage the way I want it. So let's go ahead and design the homepage. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and design our homepage. Now first of all, we need to make sure that we have all the plugins that we want to use for the website installed. So I'm gonna go back to my dashboard over here. Let me close this one, and then I'll go to plugins over here and then install plugins. Alright, so as you can see, we have some few plugins installed. I'm going to delete the ones that I'm not going to use to make the website lighter. So I'm just going to click on delete over here. Alright, so I'm going to leave this to installed. So this is the page builder, and this is Loginizer, which helps you to fight against brute force attack by blocking login for the IP after it reaches its maximum retries. Okay, so retries, yeah. So now let's go ahead and then click on add new plugin over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add two plugins. In fact, one is a form for building our form. If you go to this page, we have contact me over here, and then we have a form over here. So one is to use to build a form, and then the other one is also used over here. So if you go over here to home, you see this beautifully timeline design over here. Let's scroll down and see, yeah, this one over here, this particular one over here. Okay, this is what we use to build. So I'm going to just go ahead and then search for timeline, yeah, timeline widget. Okay, so just search for timeline widget for Elementor, and you're going to get it. So timeline widgets for Elementor, so this is the one that we want to install. So I'm going to click ahead and click on install now and click on activate. All right, so as you can see over here, this has been activated. I'm going to go ahead and click on the install new plugin, and then also search for WP Forms. All right, so this is what WP Forms, the one that we're going to use. I'm going to click on install now and then click on activate to activate the plugin. Alright guys, so that is it. I'm not going to go ahead to create a form or anything. I'm just going to go back to the plugins to show you all the plugins that we have used or will be using for the website. So apart from this one, we're going to use just these three plugins for the website, and we'll make the website very lightweight so that it will be fast to be able to access. Now let's go ahead and then design our page. So I'm going to go to pages over here, click on all pages, and as you can see, this is the front page. That's the one that we want to design. So I'm going to go ahead and click on edit, and that is it. So I'm going to click this particular one over, oh no, this one over here. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one and then click on full screen mode. So this is the full screen mode. So I'm going to exit the full screen mode, click on this one, and that is what we have over here. Okay, so now all what we need to do is to click on edit with Elementor over here. So we're going to edit the website using Elementor. So I'm going to click on edit with Elementor, and that is where we're going to do all our magic. Okay, so everything that we're going to do, we're going to use Elementor to do everything. All right, so guys, now we are in Elementor. I'm going to zoom in so that I can be able to access this one. I'm going to zoom out again to 100%. All right, so now that yeah, okay, so now that we are over here, so now we can be able to go ahead to design our website the way we want it. So first of all, for those of you who are new to Elementor, this is Elementor. Okay, this is how Elementor looks like. And Elementor is a drag and drop page builder that you can be able to use widgets and layouts to be able to design your website or your page. So what you do is you move a widget or a layout from this side, the element side, and then you put it over here to the blank canvas over here. Okay, and that is all what you need to do. Okay, so that is it. Now I want to go back over here and then go to my website. I want to see something because I don't know why this one is off. So I'm going to go back to customizer over here and see what happened. Okay, so because my background should be green and it's not green anymore. It should be this here, the green color, and it's not green anymore. So I'm going to go to colors over here, go to color over here. The side background is this. So why is it not working? All right, let me go back over here, and then let me go to the footer over here. All right, so the footer, I'm just going to use footer the design over here. I'm going to choose the bottom row color over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the BG and then paste it over here so that my footer is going to be like this. If the other ones decide not to show up, I am not worried because I can be able to use Elementor to fix all those things up. So I'm still going to go back over here to go to my colors, go to my colors over here, and then try to figure out what really happened over here. So I'm going to just, okay, so it's still not showing. I don't know the reason why it's still not showing, but these are some of the things about web creation. Sometimes a glitch and other stuff happens and things doesn't seem to be the way it's supposed to be. But of course, I'm not really that worried because I can be able to still do what I want to do. So I'm just going to close this one. All right, so this is it. This is how the website looks like. Okay, so now let's go back to our Elementor over here like I was telling you. So now let me just refresh the website and see how my footer looks over here in Elementor. Alright, so my footer is okay. I'm okay with it. I can still use Elementor to design this whole page the way I want it. So I'm not really that worried. So I'm going to click on this particular one. Click on Flexbox over here and then choose a structure that I want to use. Okay, so if you look over here, what is the structure like? So let me just go ahead. You see we have two kind of like two different structures, so the left column and then the right column over here. Okay, so that's exactly, we can go ahead and use this one if we want to. So let's say we want to use this one, so let's go ahead and use this one over here, and then we can we can change. I'm going to change this one to V8 over here and then make this one 80%. Okay, and then go to it advanced over here, and then what I'll do is I'll unlink all the padding over here, give here maybe 80, and then give the bottom also 80, or I can still give here 120. Okay, and then also give the bottom 120 if I want to. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Now at the background over here, I'm going to choose a classic background, or let me just choose a gradient background over here, and then choose two different colors. So what I will do is I'm going to choose one color over here. So I'm going to use the BG color over here. I'm going to add this BG color to my colors so that I'll say BG color. Okay, create it, and then over here I'm going to use the green color. Okay, so I'm going to use this green color over here. So I'm going to go over here. So the BG is the dark green and this one is very light green. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and then say maybe green. Okay, so I'm going to just, now this is how it looks like. But if you look at this particular one, it doesn't look like the way we want it. So we want it to look exactly this way. Okay, so how do we change all those things? Now we want to change it to radial over here, and then since we change it to radial, you see that it has changed. We want it to be how we want it. So we want to move this one to this place and this place to this place. So I'm going to go over here, click over here, and then come over here and use this one, and then come over here, and then also with a BG, where is it? The BG color did not store. Let me see. Oh, okay, so I don't have the BG color over here. I don't know why it didn't. Okay, so the BG is on top over here, so I'm going to just use this one. All right, so this is how it has become. Oh, okay, so let me just use the green color over here and use this one as the BG color. Yeah, I want it this way. All right, so the green should be up and then the BG should be down over it. The dark green should be down over it. So this is how it has become. Now we can go ahead and then choose the location that we want it to be. So over here we want it to be what, bottom center, like this one over here, and then we can decrease this one to like 45 or maybe 25, anyhow you want it to be like. Okay, so let's say 45 over here, and then you can also what just shine it or polish it or do it anyhow you want it to be. So if you look at this one, this is how it is. Okay, so this one looks a little bit blurred, so we're going to go ahead and then just reduce this one a little bit, make it kind of like a little bit blur. Okay, so it depends on how you want it to be. Depends on how you want it to be. Okay, so basically something like this is quite okay. Now what we are next to do is to add our how do you call it, our image over here. So I'm going to drag in an image over here. Okay, and then click on choose image over here, and then choose, remember that we uploaded this particular image. Now this one I use Photoshop to design it, and then I also use an app, a website to also get this image, the background and everything. Now if you want to do so, I'll do another video for you so that you can be able to get a very nice profile picture for your social media and other stuff. But for now, this is how I did it, and this is an image that I'm using. So I'm going to just select this one over here, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, all right, so I'm going to come over here also, and then if you look over here, we have what we have. This introduction, introducing, hello, I'm Michael Ray, blah 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 blah. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and then over here we're gonna add what we call divider. Okay, so I'm gonna click over here, add a divider over here, and then with the divider, I see add element. I'm gonna add a text element. So I'm just going to write in introducing. Okay, and this is it. Now, if I go to my style over here, I want to increase the weight to, let's say, 4. Okay, so it depends on how you want to do it, and then change this color to yellow. So I want to add this yellow also to our colors over here. So I'm going to copy this one, add it to our colors over here, click over here, and say this is what yellow. Okay, I'm going to create it. Now as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, of course, if it's too big for you, I'm going to just choose like a 3 or 2. So let's say a 2 will be quite okay. And then if you want the gap and other stuff, you can still do what you want to do. Now let's go to test over here. Now this is where the magic happens. Now you see that this one is in the middle, so we're going to put it on the right. Okay, so this is it. And over here we're going to choose our yellow color. Okay, and then let's go back. We can go ahead and then just select our text, which is EB Garamond. So we're gonna choose this one, make it like 18, okay, which is quite okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and then go to our divider over here, or go to our content over here, and then you see the width over here. Yeah, let's make it like 40. Okay, it's gonna be something like this, or you can reduce it to like, let's say 30. Still gonna be something like this. Okay, so now we have our introducing done. Okay, so as you can see, the width is a little bit small, so we're gonna go over here, the weight, and we say maybe 3 is quite okay. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. Let's look at the text also, the weight of the text. Let's make it like a 600. Yeah, so this one is also quite okay. So this is what we have. Now let's go back to this one. Click on this grip icon over here and drag in a text heading widget over here. Okay, so over here we will say what, hello Michael Ray. I'm gonna just copy this one, come over here and paste it over here. Okay, so hello Michael Ray. I'm gonna go to a style to edit it, so I'm gonna choose this one, all white, and then come over here, change this one to EB Garamond. So EB, choose this one, and then just increase the size to any size that we want. So let's say 85 is quite okay. So yeah, 85 is quite okay. And then you can also bolden this one to any weight that you want. So I think this one is also quite okay. So now let's come over here and then come to text. Okay, so you see the text over here. So now we can just add some few text to it. So I'm just going to copy this one. You can add your own text if you want. I'm just showing you how I did this one. Over here I'm going to just give it this lighter gray color. Yeah, let me just say text. Oh, sorry. Lighter gray color, like this one. Okay, then I'm going to add the color and see what text. All right, so I'm going to create this one. Okay, so with this one also, I'm going to come over here and then say EB Garamond. Okay, and then over here I'm going to give it like a 19. Okay, so with the 19 I think it's quite okay. Normal, everything is quite okay. I'm going to add this one also to text font. So I'll say text font and create. All right, so I'm doing this because this is what we're gonna use throughout. Okay, so basically this is how it looks like. Now let's also come to the next one, which is a button. Okay, so if you look at this one is what, a button, just the same button that we have at top. Now we're gonna go over here and then scroll and look for button, drag it over here, and then now we can be able to style our button the way we want it. So we're gonna say contact me, and we're gonna direct it to the contact page. So I'm gonna just choose a contact page over here. Now if you want to choose a link, or you want to put a link over here, just type in the page name and then it would appear over here, and then you select it. And then I'm gonna go over here to style, and then over here we can style it anyhow we want it. So I'll go first to typography, choose the EB Garamond, choose the EB Garamond, and then say we're gonna go with maybe 45. Oh, it's too big. Let's say 35. It's also too big, so let's say 28. Yeah, 28 is quite okay. So we can increase it to 600. Okay, yeah, so this is quite okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a yellow. The text is gonna be the BG color. Okay, and then the background will be yellow. All right, so just like this one. Okay, and then there's not going to be any border radius, but there's going to be border. Okay, we're going to give it a solid border of 2. The solid border will also be yellow. Okay, so basically this is how it looks like. Now when somebody hover on it, we want it to also have what a hover text of yellow. Okay, and then the background, we want to choose the background color. We don't want any background color for it, so I'm going to push it to transparent, and then the border color is also going to be yellow. So it's going to be something like this. All right, so now I think everything is quite okay. When I publish it over here, we're still not really done. Let's click on this main container that houses all the other two containers, and then go to where do I want to go to? Okay, go to it layout over here, and then let's go ahead and make sure that we position the content in the middle. Okay, and then position this one also in center, and then you can still give it a gap. Okay, so you can give it a gap of, let's say, 40 over here, so that there will be space over here. Now what I want to do is I want to, when I hover on this image, it should kind of like be popping. Okay, so what I want to do is click on this one and then go to its style over here, and then go to hover. Then I want hover animation over here, and then I'll choose Bob. Okay, just like this. So if I hover over here, this is how it's going to be like, right? Yeah, very good. So the same thing applies to the contact button also. So when I click over here and click on hover over here, go to start, click on hover animation. I want it to Bob. Okay, so when I hover on it, it's going to be something like this. All right, so I'm going to update it. Go to my page over here, click on refresh, and boom, this is how it looks like. Very, very beautifully done. Okay, so that is we are done with the hero section, which is the first part of the website. Now we're gonna go with the next part, which is this particular part. Okay, this one is also simply simple to design. It's not really that difficult. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly design it using Elementor. So what I'll definitely do is I'm gonna just duplicate this one. So I'll right click on it and click on duplicate. All right, so now that I have this one duplicated, now what I'll do is I'm just going to, yeah, first of all, let me just delete this image. Okay, I'm going to delete this particular image over here. Now over here, this particular one, instead of 50%, I'll drag it to 100%. Okay, I'm going to drag this one to 100%, and then come over here, make it like a box. Okay, this one is going to be a box, not full width box. All right, so it's going to be something like this. Okay, now of course I can decide to make here like 1,000 instead of the 1001, whatever it is. Let's make it like 1000. It means that the spaces that this content will be in, okay, the content width over here is going to be like 1000. And then what I'll do is I'm going to come over here. Okay, so let me just click on this one to edit it. Now if you look at this one says experience. Okay, so let's come over here, and then let's go to the alignment. We put it in the middle over here. Let's go to the text over here, go a style over here, go to the text and put it in the middle. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. Now let's come to content, and then we're going to just say experience. All right, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now the next one says what, skills and tools for web design. So I'm going to just copy this one, come over here, click on this one, and then remove microwave from it, and then go to a style over here, put it in the middle. Okay, change the the font size to, like, let's say 45, and then change it to 600. So you're gonna have something like this. Okay, so experience, and then over here you put your text over here. So I'm gonna go over here and then go to a style, put my text over here. So it's gonna be something like this. Now the next one is what we have over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this particular one. So I'm going to duplicate this one over here, this container. Now you see, at the moment I duplicated, this is how it looks like. So I'm going to go to the main container over here and tell the main container that when I duplicate, or when I don't want the the containers to be side by side, I want it to be column vertical, meaning that it should go below it. Okay, so I'll click on this one, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. Very nicely done. All right, so now that I have this one, I'm going to delete everything in this one. Okay, let me just delete this button also. I'm going to delete everything in this one. Just delete, and then just leave the button in it. So before I even delete this one, let me just go to the main page, the elements section, and then I'm going to drag in a container. So I'm just going to drag in a container below over here, and then delete this particular one. Now inside this container, I want different things to be in it. So I want 3 different containers to be in it. So I'm going to just put it. So inside this particular container, okay, this container, there are 3 different containers in it. So if I duplicate this one, see how it's going to be 3 different containers. So I want it to be, so I'll duplicate it twice, and as you can see, but these containers, I want them to be side by side. So I'm going to change the direction to row horizontal, so that it's going to be side by side like this. Okay, and that is exactly how I want it. So this is it, and as you can see over here, we can be able to do this one so easily. So we have our icons over here, and then we have the words and other stuff, and then the kind of like the experiences and other stuff over here. So let's quickly go ahead and then do it. So I'm going to click over here and then add an image to this one. Okay, so there's going to be an image over here. I'm going to go to this place also, and then add heading also over here, and then I'm going to go back over here and also add a text editor over here. All right, so what I also want is, I want this whole container, okay, or even the main container itself that houses everything including the button, I want them to be in the middle like this. So as you can see, the button goes inside the middle. All right, so with this button, what we're going to do is we're going to say download CV, right? So we're just going to change this one and say download CV. Okay, so that is it. Now you can put your download link over here for it to download your CV. All right, so yeah, basically that is it. Now we can edit this particular site. So if you don't want it this way, you can also use a box icon or a box image. So I'm going to just delete this one and then use a box image. So I'm just going to type in box over here, And as you can see, I can drag in a box image over here, and this is quite okay. This is quite good. So we can go ahead and then let's see how this one looks like. So this is white. This okay. So we can go ahead and then choose an image for it. But let me go to the content first. With the content, we're gonna use white over here, and then with the text also we're gonna use EB Garamount, and then we're gonna say maybe 25. Okay, 25 is okay. And then with the text also, with the color, I'm gonna choose text over here, and then this one also text font. So this is how it's gonna be like. Okay, so basically like this. Now of course you can go ahead and then click over here, go to advanced, just give it some kind of like padding and other stuff around it. You can do anyhow you want it to be like. Depends on you, it depends on how you want it to be like. So I want to unlink this button, give it a top maybe 35, a bottom also 35, a bottom also 35, and then a side and side I think 20 will be okay. 20 will be okay. All right, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so you can copy this one, paste it in this one, copy, paste it in this one, come over here, copy, and then you paste style. Okay, we're gonna paste style over here, come over here, and paste style. So this is exactly how it's gonna be like. Okay, something like this. Now we can add our images and other stuff to it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just copy this one. Okay, come over here, click here, go to hit content, and then paste it over here. All right, we do the same thing for this particular one also. Copy this one, come over here, and then we also paste it over here. And then we do same for this particular one also. Copy, come over here, go here, and then paste it over here. So we'll go ahead and copy this text also. We're gonna come over here and then paste it over here. We do same for this one. So you write in your own text that you want. Okay, I'm just redesigning what I have done for you to show you guys that this is how I did it, and everything is what is possible if you also want to recreate this one. So I'll go ahead and then also paste this one over here. All right, so next what I want to do is I want to shrink this one a little bit. Okay, so I want to just shrink the content a little bit. So I'm going to just make it like a 900. Okay, the content width to be 900. Okay, so yeah, this is quite okay. 900 is quite okay. And then I'll go ahead and click over here to add my images to it. So I have the images over here. Let me see my downloads over here. Yeah, I have these 3 images that I want to add, so I can just drag them inside this place, and then I'll be able to use it to create this particular beautiful website. All right, so this one, the first one is this one, responsive web design. The second one we're gonna use is let me see, is it this one? Yeah, and then the third one is this design over here. Okay, so you see, this is how it looks like, and now we've created this particular page, but if in this particular section, but if you look at where this one doesn't have any kind of like this kind of background thing. Okay, so how do you even call it, like oh, how do I even say it? So what I mean is I have to remove this particular background. Okay, so I want to just go ahead and make it like a plain background. okay, classic background, not gradient background. That is it, that's the word, gradient. Okay, I don't want to make it gradient, so I'm going to choose a classic background for it. Go ahead and use the BG. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, very beautifully done. And that is it. So if I go over here, this is how it looks like. Okay, yeah, very good. Now the next part is this part over here. Okay, this is what what we'll be designing over here. So I'm gonna go over here and then just click on publish. Anything that you do, make sure you update it. Okay, so it is very important. Make sure you update whatever you do so that it wouldn't go away. So let's go ahead and view this section also in on the front page. So this is how the section also looks like. It looks beautifully done. Everything is perfectly designed. Okay, so I think the website is coming to ship. We are good to go. So we go ahead for our next session, which is this 2-column section over here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Then we come to our portfolio section, and then we come to our experience section or our timeline section. Then we come to this counter widget. We come over here and then we close with this call to action button. All right, so we're gonna go over here to this place. So first of all, I'm still going to duplicate this particular one. So I'm going to duplicate this one over here. Or let me just come over here. So yeah, let me use this particular one. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this one, come over here, and then paste it over here. All right, so now I'll go straight and then click on this one, go to its style over here, and then with the background position or the position over here, I'm going to change it to bottom left. Okay, bottom left over here, and then I'll just reduce it a little bit to like 25. Okay, so this is quite okay. And then what I'll do is I'm going to delete this image over here and then add, oh okay, so let me just undo it. Okay, so let me go ahead and then add an image over here. So I'm going to add an image over here. So we're going to add this particular image, this one over here. All right, and then I'll go over here, give it border radius of 12. Okay, and then hover, I'm gonna say hover animation, I want it to be the same bob. Okay, so basically this is the right side. Okay, the right side is done. Now we're going to the left side over here, and with the left side we have this one, which is innovative, blah 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 over here. So I'm going to just paste it over here and delete this particular one over here. Right click over here and delete the top one, and then over here I'm going to reduce the size. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce the size to, let's say, 35. Okay, and then with the bold I'm going to go for 600. All right, so let's go ahead over here and see what this one says. All right, so I'm going to copy this one, come over here and paste it over here. So this one have this particular one. Now this one we're going to use a container. So we're going to come over here and drag in a container inside this one, and inside this container we're going to drag two different containers. Okay, so we drag in two different containers. We duplicate this particular container, and then what we want is, we want the container to be side by side. So we're going to use the row horizontal direction. So it's going to be something like this. All right, so now we have exactly what we want. So we have the header, and then what how do you call it there, the words or the text over here. So the same thing applies to this one. So we're going to go ahead and then just choose a header and other stuff to it. So I'm going to copy this one, paste it over here, and then just come over here, copy expertise in, and then just put it this one. Go ahead over here, decrease the size to like 25. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to click on this particular one, go to 8 advanced, and then give it a padding of 0. The same thing applies to this one also. Go over here, then give it a padding of 0. Alright, so that it's going to be in line with whatever we are doing. So with this one, I'm going to copy this one also, and then paste it over here. It's going to be too much, but don't worry. I just need the, how do you call it, it's style. Okay, so that is why I just use this one. So I'm going to go over here, go to this place, and then choose 18 for it. So I think this one is quite okay. So what I'll do is I'll bring my navigation over here and then see where I am. So this is the container that we are dealing with. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this container, and then I'll delete this particular one. Alright, so now instead of expertise in, I'm going to come over here and say proving results. So I'm going to come over here and put proving results over here. Come over here, and then just copy this client testimonial over here, put this one over here. So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so it's not anything. Alright, so I'm going to just click on update, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now we can delete this particular one from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to 8 advanced, the text advanced over here, unlink the margin, and then give it a negative of 20 so that it will go up. The same thing applies to this one. So I'm going to copy this one and then paste style. Oh no, if I paste style, everything will change from here. So I'm going to just go over here, come over here, go to style over here, go to advanced, sorry, and then I'm going to go to unlink the margin and give it a negative of 20. Alright, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, alright, so if you like, you can just give this one a 40 and give this one a 60%, because this one have too much words. Yeah, so you can basically make it this way, or if you like it, you can also just give it a 50-50. It depends on how your design is going to be like. All depends on you. So I'm going to just update it, and now if I come over here, let's see how the website looks like now. Alright, so now you see this is how our website is looking. It's looking still good, still fine. Okay, but there's too much space over here. So what we can do is we can just decrease the space over here. So I'm going to go to 8 advanced, and then instead of 120, I can give it like a 50 or so. Okay, so that the space will decrease a little bit. So let's go over here, click on refresh, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. So everything looks fresh, everything looks new. It is just like the previous website, just like this particular website over here. Okay, so now our next one is our portfolio over here. So we're gonna design this particular portfolio over here, and that is exactly what we're gonna go into. So let's jump into it. Alright guys, so the portfolio part is not really that difficult. It is just a bunch of images that we're going to place over there, so it shouldn't be anything difficult. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this particular one, this particular section over here. So I'm going to copy this one, and then what I will do is I'll paste it over here. Alright, so now that I have this one copied and pasted over here, I can go ahead and then, you know, just delete certain things. So I'm going to just delete this whole place. So the inner section over here, I'm going to delete this one. Let me see with this one. Okay, so there is a button over here. So the button is not below, it is just above this one. So what I'll do is I'm also going to delete this one. So I'm going to delete this one. So what I'll do is first of all, I want to, you know, just bring a container inside this one. So I'm going to just bring a container over here. Okay, and inside this container I want to bring another container. So pardon me, so I just want to bring another container over here, or let's say I just want to duplicate this container. Okay, yeah, so inside this container, let's bring another container so that when we duplicate, it's going to be on its own inside this particular. So let's duplicate this one, because we want a container which is going to be side by side. So with this main container over here, we're going to place the containers side by side over here. And then over here, what I'll do is I'm going to just give it, you know, a 50%. Let me just give it 70%. Okay, so I'm going to give it a 70%. I'll give this one also a 30%. All right, so this is going to house the words over here, and this one is going to house the. So I'm going to drag this one into this container. Okay, so let me just close this one, and I'm going to drag this one over here. Okay, and I'm also going to just, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this one is just some few things over here. So we can just paste this one over here. Oh, sorry, paste this one over here, and then drag this one into it. So I'm going to drag this one underneath this one. All right, so now we can be able to style this one. Says my portfolio. All right, so now let's go to a style and position it at the left side. The same way applies to this one. We go to a style and position it at the left side. All right, so now the main container over here, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the middle. Okay, so that everything is going to be in the middle. And then with this one also, what I want is I want to remove this padding or margin on top of it. So what I'll do is I'm going to go over here and then just give it a negative margin of 20. Okay, I think this one is quite okay. All right, so now with these two containers, what am I going to do with it? So I'm just going to delete the last one over here, and then this is where our portfolio images is going to be like. It is going to be. So what I'll do is I'll just search for gallery. Okay, basic gallery over here, drag in this basic gallery inside this one, and then I'm going to change this one to full. I'm going to change this one to 3 or 2. Let me change it to 2, and then I'll select images. So I'm going to select my images. So as you can see, I have no gallery images over here. So what I'll do is I'm going to create the images that I want. So I'll upload some. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and you see these images that I have over here. I'm just going to just drag in some of them into this particular one. Alright, so now that it has been uploaded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this ones and then just leave this ones over here, and then just click on create new gallery. Alright, so this is my gallery over here, so I'm going to just insert the gallery into it. And now as you can see, guys, I have my gallery created over here for me. Okay, so let's see how many images do we have over here. So we have just 4 images over here, so we can still do same over here. Just delete some few ones and then let it just remain 2. Okay, so I'm going to just remove this one and remove this one, and then just let it remain this you know, this 4 images. Now we can go ahead and then either link it to, you know, an attachment page, or just use the media file, okay, so that there's going to be a light box and other stuff for it. So if you want a caption also, you can have it or none. So I don't want any caption, I just want people to see it. Okay, that is it. Now let's go to style over here, and then with the border radius I'm going to give it a 12, so that it's going to have a corner border radius over here. So I think it's cool, it's okay for me. But what I'll do is I'm going to click over here, and instead of 900 I'm going to give it 1000. Okay, so that is going to be a little bit, even 1000 is not really that good, so I'm going to give it like 1200 or something like that. So let me just update it, and then go over here, refresh the website, and then let me scroll down. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like, but as you can see, this is too far from where we want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and then see this one over here. Oh, this says 1000, so I'm going to give it 1100, and the same thing applies to this one also, 1100. Alright, so and then also the background. Okay, so the background, so if you look at this one over here, now the background, you see that this one and this one is having some gradient over here joining together. You wouldn't even see the difference, okay, but with this one you can see the difference. If you look over here, you can see that, oh, there is a line over here, kind of a thing. So you want to just ignore, take it away. So I'm going to click over here, go to this place over here, and then I'm going to use a gradient background for it. So with a gradient background, I'm just going to come over here and then copy this one, and then I'll say paste style. Okay, so forget about how it has been arranged over here, but the most important thing, what I really needed was the gradient background, okay, because I don't want to go ahead and do all those things. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to just make it my normal one. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. So I'm going to go straight to my style over here, and then come over here, and then instead of bottom left, we're going to give it top right. Okay, so top left, sorry, top left, so that it's going to join this one. Okay, so we're going to make it like a top left. So and then we update it. Alright, so now let's take a look at how it looks like over here. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so now you can see the difference over here, just like the way this one also you cannot see the difference over here. But as you can see, this one is a little bit dim than this particular one. So let's try and dim all of them. Let's try and dim it. So we can just give it kind of like a lighter, let's give it kind of like a lighter color. Yeah, so I think this one is quite okay. I'm going to copy this one, come over here and use it over here. So I'm going to go to a style over here, and then I'm going to use it over here. Alright, so now I'm going to update this one, and then just update it. So as you can see, this one looks okay. Yeah, this one looks quite okay. Alright, so now that we have this one done, we have our images and other stuff done. Now we can go ahead and then also create the next one. So I'm going to put this one also at the back. So I'm going to go over here and then just put this one over here, and then over here I'm going to say view portfolio. Now I'm going to link it to the portfolio page. Okay, so I'm going to update it. So let's see how this one says. This one says what? more portfolio. Okay, so anyhow you want it, so you can do it that way. All right, so now that we are done with the portfolio, let's move on to the next one, which is my favorite part. That is the the journey and experiences and all those kind of stuff. So this one also have two different sides. So I'm gonna come over here and let me see. Okay, so I'm going to use this particular one. I'm going to copy this one. Okay, I'm going to paste it this way. Alright, so now let's see. Okay, so with this one, what we have we have two different sides. Okay, so we have two different, this one and this one. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy the experience. You remember we have the experience somewhere, so we're going to copy this experience. So I'm going to copy this one, okay, and bring it over here, and then bring it over here, paste it over here. Now it's going to come beneath this one, but don't worry, I'm going to just align it this way. Come over here, go to text, and then align it this way. Okay, and then I'll bring my navigator up and then come over here and then put it on top of the heading. Okay, that's good. So over here, what do we have over here? It says my journey in graphic design and web design. My journey in graphic and web design. So we can just put this one, increase the size a little bit, so we can say 45. Okay, and then what we have over here says there's few things over here, so I'm gonna just paste this one over here, and then we can go ahead and delete this one, this whole one. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one, and then what I'll do is I'll bring in a button. Okay, so I'll bring in a button over here, copy, and then I'm going to paste it over here. Alright, then I'll come to this side and then put the button this way, and then I can be able to delete this container. So now I don't need to have another container again. Alright, so now this is quite okay. So this one is what contact me. Okay, so contact me. Okay, so basically this is how it looks like, my journey, blah blah blah, and all those kind of stuff, and then it says contact me. Alright, so I'm going to click over here, go to it, advanced, remove the padding and the margin on top. Okay, so I'm going to just remove the margin on top. Yeah, so now over here is where we're going to place our how do you call it, our timeline. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one, and then I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to search for timeline. So as you can see, story time. Okay, so now dragging this story time over here, and now this is what you're gonna get. This is exactly what, let me just remove this one. This is exactly what you're gonna get. Okay, but we can tweak it, we can do a whole lot of things. Now if you look at how this one has been designed, it shows you that we can be able to do a lot of things about this one. So let's go over here and let's see how we can be able to, now first of all, let's go to the layout. Okay, so the layout, we're going to choose this one, which is vertical only. So it's going to be just straight this way. Okay, so that is exactly what we want. And then let's go over here to how we can be able to change that settings and all those things. So this is the icon box. Okay, so let's see the background, the dot background, and then the icon text and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so first of all, let's go to the content itself. I'm going to just delete all these things from here, making it remain only the first one. and then over here I'm going to delete this from here. Now if you look at this one, what we have is what starting point. Okay, the starting point over here, which is this particular one, and then we also have the year. Okay, the year. So we only have the year, not introduction, nothing. So the year is 2017 over here. So basically that is it, and then some few things that you want to add over there. So let's see how we can be able to do it. So if we have this one, let's just double it and then come over here, change this one to 2018 skill development, skill development 2018. Okay, and then let me just change this one to just professional web designer. Okay, I don't want to do it a lot, so I just want to do it like 3. This one will be present, and then we have professional web designer. All right, so this 3 is quite okay. 1 2 3. All right, so let's go to the style over here and see how we can be able to do our style. So we have the line over here. So what color is the line? Is this green color over here. So we're gonna go over here and choose our green over here. So this is our green, and then we have the icon box. Okay, so with the icon box, what color is it? Let's see, we have yellow. So this is how the yellow is. Okay, and then we have labels and date year box. Okay, so this particular one over here, so we have the label color also over here. So let's choose the label color to be white, and then we can just change the date over here. So we're using EB, so we're gonna go with EB Garamond throughout. Okay, so everything is quite okay over here. All right, so with the size over here, we can just increase it a little bit. So let's say 35. So if that's what you want. Okay, so let's look at how this one looks like. So yeah, I think 35 is too much, so let's go for 30. All right, so if there is a sub label, you can also give it a color and other stuff. All right, so let's close this one and go to the content background. All right, so you can set up a padding and all those things. So with the content background, the normal color, you can give it I'm still gonna give it like a BG color. So as you can see, this is how it is behaving. So this is how it is. So the same as what we have over here. Okay, so that is it. And then yeah, so we also have the title over here. The title over here. So with the title also, we can change it to a color that we want. So as you can see, there's the title, the default. We can change the font family to EB Garamond that we are using. Okay, to your own font also, if that's what you want. Maybe 32, depending on how you want it, or maybe 30. Okay, so basically this is how I want it. If you want a background and that stuff, and then this is the description color. So with this one, we're gonna go with that text color over here. All right, so basically this is almost everything that we want to do. We can just update it. So as you can see, we have done it perfectly well. Okay, so that is it. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is this icons over here, or the counter icons over here. Okay, so we're going to use this counter to also design this place. this one for us. So what we're going to do is we will choose a layout over here, and then yeah, let me see. Okay, so what we are going to do is also very simple. So with this one, let's position the gradient somewhere else. So I'm going to just come over here, and then with a gradient, instead of bottom left, we're going to say bottom right. Okay, we want it to be this place, and then we will use this particular one over here, and also choose a gradient for it. So we're going to use gradient for it, and then we're going to use BG color over here, and we'll use this kind of a green over here. Yeah, so we can just put the location anywhere we want to put it, and even the angle anywhere we want to put it. It depends on how you want it. Okay, so you can choose your angle the way you want it. So if you choose an angle this way, this is how it's gonna be like. Okay, so that is it. Now we can go ahead and even copy this one. You copy this particular color over here. Yeah, we can go ahead and copy this particular color, come over here and join it together with this one. So we're gonna remove this one and use this one, so it's gonna be almost the same color. All right, so now that we have this one, we can you know, go to it, layout, and then increase the size. You know, instead of EM, we're gonna say VH, increase it, yeah, to like maybe 35. Okay, 35 is quite okay. And then give it padding, you know, top padding of 50, bottom padding of 50. All right, and then when we come to the content, we're gonna say maybe 900. So let's say 900. All right, so now we're gonna put some things over here. Okay, so I'm gonna drag in this one over here, and then what we're gonna do is we'll duplicate it like 3 or 5 times. So let's try and duplicate it. So what I want it to be is to be side by side like this here. So I'm going to duplicate this one, 4, and duplicate this one, 5. Is it 4 or 5? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4. So I'm going to delete 1. All right, so this is how it's going to be like. So you have this over here. Now, first of all, if you look at this one, this color is quite different. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a background color over here. So let me just go ahead and then just make it like a 950. Okay, yeah, 950 is quite okay. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and go to a style and then give it a different color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and then give it the same BG color, but then what I'll do is I'll come over here and then bring it up a little bit. Yeah, so it's going to be like this, and then come over here, and then I'll make it a pattern of 25, unlink the margin over here, and then give it a top pattern of 35, a bottom pattern of 35. Okay, if I feel like it's too small for me, I can still increase this to like 45, increase this one to like 45 also. Now I want to give a corner radius, so I'm going to go over here and then go to border over here, and then unlink the corner radius over here, and then I'm going to give it you know, here of 12, and then left, let me see, the top left, so top also of 12. Okay, now I'll come over here and then search for counter. Okay, you see this one over here, I'm gonna put it inside this one. All right, so this is how it's gonna be like, right? You see that it's the same as this one. And now I'm gonna go to it counter over here, this style over here, go to the number, and then I'll give it this green. And then with the typography, I'm gonna give it EB Garamond. So I want everything to be the same as what I want, and give it like an 85. Even an 85 is too small, like a 90 or something like that. And I'll come back over here. Okay, let me finish with the style. Go to the title over here. The same way, I'm gonna give it like a text color over here. Come over here, change this one to EB Garamond, and then this one make it like 20. All right, so now I think I'm cool with this one. I'm gonna go to it content, and then over here I'll change it to any number that I want. So let's say here is 89, and then I'll add a plus to it so that it's gonna be plus 89. And then let's say this one is a project completed, so the content is gonna be what? Project completed. So you see, I'm gonna go back over here, go to the title over here, come over here, change this one to like a bold font a little bit. This is what I have. Okay, this is what I have. So now what I'm gonna do is just gonna duplicate it. Okay, duplicate it again. All right, so now over here I'm gonna go ahead and change the border radius over here. So I'm gonna go over here and then give this one 12, rather give this one 12, give this one 0, give this one 0. Now with this one I'll go over here and then come to border radius over here, then just give everything 0. All right, so now I can delete these 3 things over here. And duplicate this one. So as you can see, guys, this is how you can be able to create this one. So I can go over here and then go to style over here, change everything. So when I come to counter over here, instead of the 89, I can say maybe 75 Google reviews, and then come over here and then say maybe 55 plus happy client. Okay, so happy client, and then the last one, maybe I'll say maybe 7 years plus experience. So years of experience. All right, so basically you see this one is what is done and dusted. Okay, so the only thing is this one, like I told you, I don't like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over here, click over here, go back over here, and then instead of linear I'm gonna do radial. Let's see how the location is gonna be like. Okay, so what about this one? Okay, so then I just need to change this one. So I'm gonna copy this one, come over here, paste it over here, come over here, and then use this one. And then instead of center, I'll say maybe top Right. Oh, okay, so I still missed it, right? I still missed it. Oh, okay. Okay, so let me just go ahead and quickly just change it. This one over here, this one over here. What is happening? Okay, so I'm gonna just give this one like a 25. Even a 25 is too small. I'm gonna give it like a 35. So let me just give it like a 15. Let's see. Okay, so let me just give it like a 35. Okay, and then I'll just reduce the size to 15 over here, and let's see the difference it makes. Still doesn't make any difference over here, but if we copy this one, so let me just copy this one. If we copy this one and come over here and paste style, okay, so let's see, let's paste style over here. Okay, it's gonna be like this, right? Now let's come over here and go to it, and instead of bottom right we say top right. Boom, it fixed the problem, right? So basically we just need to copy and paste, and that's all, and our problem is fixed. So now we have this one done, and everything is what good to go. All right, so we're going to update this one also, and now our last one, last but one, is this testimonial, and then the last one is this one. Then we come to the end of the tutorial because it's getting too long, and like I told you, I'll show you how you can be able to get this particular template if you really need it. So, and after creating the home page, the other pages are easy to create. You can be able to use the same skills that you used in creating this home page to create the other pages. So there's no big deal in it, so it's not any big deal. So let's just click on this one over here. We're gonna create the other pages. So the other pages is this one and this one over here. So what I'm going to do is just going to duplicate this one. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to duplicate it twice. So I'll duplicate it again. All right, so so with this particular one over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete the content in it. So I'm going to go over here, delete, come over here, delete, come over here and delete. Now I have just one content, and let's see what is in this one. So what I'll do is just going to delete this one also, and then basically delete this one also. Alright, so we have this particular one over here. Now with this one, I'm going to just bring in star. Okay, so star rating over here, just bring it over here, and then increase the size a little bit. The rating scale is 5, but if you go to over here, you can increase the size of the star to like, let's say 25. Okay, so over here we have this guy over here, so we're gonna just copy this one, go over here and then drag in, you know, a heading widget over here. So let me just drag in a heading widget over here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this particular one and just use this one. So what I'll do is I'll just drag it beneath this one. Alright, and then I'll just copy this one and then paste it over here. It's going to be like this one. Do not worry, do not panic, we can fix it. So what we do is we just click over here and then reduce the size. Okay, so we're going to reduce the size to like, let's say 500. 500 is quite okay. So we're going to click on this one, go to a style and change this one to white. Go ahead and then change the typography to EB Garamond. EB Garment. Okay, so over here, and then change this one to let's say 25, and then put it in the middle. Okay, just like this. It's gonna be like this. Now create a space for it. So let's come over here. Let's see if we can create a space for the row. Okay, so create a row like 20. Okay, since we duplicated it, it's not giving us a column, a row gap, but it's giving us a column gap. So make sure that you create a row gap for it, and that is exactly what I did over here. Now the next one is to bring this image over here. So we're gonna do that by going to testimonials. So you see this one over here, we're gonna drag this one over here. We could have just used this testimonial blah blah blah, but I don't like it. I'm gonna just delete this one. I'm just gonna use the image over here. So I'm gonna come over here and then just look for an image for me to use. So let me see if I could get any image. Alright, so this guy is over here, so I'm going to drag this guy into it, and then I'm going to click on select over here. So as you can see, we have this one, so we can go ahead and then just go to image over here. Just increase, if you want to increase the size a little bit, you can do so. If you want the border and other stuff, go to name over here, and then we're going to use this particular one. Change this one to EB Garment. Okay, and then just increase it to like 25 or so. Go to the title over here. You can change it to text, this one, and then yeah, you can change the typography also. Font family, you can set it to the EB Garment. Okay, increase it to 19 or 18, and then I think everything is quite okay. We are good to go. So now as you can see, we have this one over here, but the next one is we need to reduce the size a little bit. So this one is quite okay. And what we want to do is we want to go to a style, and we want to position this one instead of top right. We want to position it to a top left, bottom left over here. Okay, so the same way applies to this one. We go to a style over here, and go to the background. Instead of top right, we want to position it bottom left, or top left, sorry. Yeah, it's gonna be something like this. So guys, as you can see, it is pretty good. Everything is what falling in place. Now the next one is for me to design the last part of the home page, which is the call to action. So I'm going to delete this once. I'm going to delete this particular ones over here. Come over here, and then go to layout over here, and then instead of this one, I'm going to reduce the size to like maybe 800. Alright, so now I'm going to go over here to this container over here, and then I'm going to go to the style, go to its border, and then give it a round padding of 12. Okay, now what do we have here? What do we have at the last end? So at the last end, what we have is this particular one, which is transforming ideas. So we're going to put this one, we're going to delete this particular one over here, and then we're going to bring in this particular one over here, transforming ideas, and then we have contact us today. So let's say we want to duplicate this one, and then we say contact us today. And then we bring a button in which says contact me, and then we paste. Alright, so we will go ahead and then just transform this one or style this one. So we're gonna go to put this one over here, and then with this one we're gonna use the green over here. Go over here, go to EB Garamond, change the font family to EB Garamond, change this one to 45, and then yeah, we go over here also, we click over here, put it in the middle, change this one to text, come over here, change this one to EB, change this one to 400, and change this one to 18, or let's say 20. Alright, so I'm gonna come over here, go ahead and reduce this one a little bit. Okay, then I'll put this particular one in the middle. So I'm going to put this one in the middle. So as you can see, now what I'll do is I'll click on this particular one, go to it, advanced, and now I'll give it around 45. See how it looks like. So still, even it still doesn't look the way I want it. So let's say I'll give here 55. So let's say around 55. Alright, so let me just give you like a 75. Alright, so this one is quite okay. Everything is looking beautifully done. Now we want to give how do you call it, a shadow. Okay, so I'm going to give a shadow to it. So I'm going to go ahead and then click on border over here, and then click on box shadow. Now over here, what I want is I want to give that green kind of a fill shadow. So I'm going to copy this green over here and come and click on this one, and then what I'll do is I'll paste it over here. So as you can see, I'm having that kind of a green effect. Okay, so you can either spread it out a little bit, or you can just blur it. So it depends. It all depends on how you want it. So that is it. So now you can just update it. Okay, so now we have our website completely done, and our home page is what is done. We are good to go. So now we have our website done, our home page is completely done, and we are good to go. So at this point, I know everybody will be able to design this special website over here. Now the only thing left for you to do is to design the other pages, and then also get all those kind of effects, the effect that when you land on the website that you get. So for instance, if I refresh the website right now like this, what I'm going to get is that kind of this kind of motion effect and all those kind of stuff. Okay, now it's very simple to be able to do. If I want to apply some effect on this particular website, what I can do is for instance, this image, I can click on this container over here and then go to advanced over here, and then click on motion effect over here, and then you see entrance animation. So I can say maybe fade right. Okay, fade from right. And then also with all this, you can do individual ones, but I'm going to do just this ones for you so that you see how it's done. Go to motion effect over here, entrance animation, fade left. Okay, so you can add delay animation delays and other stuff. So just update it, and then when you come over here and you refresh it, you're supposed to have that kind of, you see, very nicely done. You can be able to do it for all the other sections of the website. Thank you for watching this video. I know this video is going to help you guys to be able to create your own portfolio website. If you need this template, you can go ahead and then go to this particular website over here, which is templateseller.com. Just go to templateseller.com over here, and then you can be able to get this template over here. So as you can see, this is the template over here. Now there are a lot of templates on this website that you can also get and download. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and please don't forget to like this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Hello guys, welcome to Template Seller. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can be able to upload this particular template on your website. So this is a portfolio template which is called the Michael Ray template. Now this is specifically made with Elementor, and when you buy it or when you have access to it and you are installing it, I'm going to show you how you can be able to install it. So first of all, make sure that you have your website ready. So you have your hosting domain and everything set up. You have installed WordPress, and then you can be able to proceed with this tutorial. So now let's jump into it. So let's say you have downloaded this particular template. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get this particular thing over here, and when you unzip it, okay, make sure that you unzip it. When you unzip it, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have all these templates in it. Now we're going to need this particular one, and then also maybe some single templates over here. Okay, so that is exactly what we are going to use. So now let's jump into the website. So now if I go to my website over here, this is the website that I'm going to use. As you can see, there is nothing over here. If I click to view on the website, there's nothing over here. Okay, so nothing over here. This is just a new WordPress installation that I did. So make sure that you install WordPress, and then you'll be able to follow this particular tutorial. So we're gonna go to, first of all, we will install a theme, and we install Elementor, and then we proceed with it. So go to appearance, go to themes. Now click on add new, and then search for the Cadence theme. So search for the Cadence theme. So this is the Cadence theme over here. Click on install, then click on activate. Alright guys, so the Cadence theme has been installed and activated successfully. Don't do anything, just close this one over here, and then follow to the next one, which is to install the Elementor plugin. So we're gonna go over here, hover on plugins over here, click on add new, and then just search for Elementor. So we're gonna search for Elementor. Alright, so this is Elementor. Click on install now, and then click on activate to activate Elementor. Alright guys, so Elementor has been installed, and it is asking you for onboarding process. Now just ignore it and click on close over here, and I'm going to dismiss this one. I'm going to go to the screen options and just untick this one. I just like a clean dashboard, so that is what I'm doing it, but this is not part of the tutorial, so don't worry. Okay, so now that we have our theme installed, we have Elementor installed, and if you go over here and refresh the website, this is what we're going to get. Alright, so this is just what we're going to get. Now what we are going to do is to go ahead and install the theme that we bought on Template Seller. So hover on Elementor over here, click on tools over here, and you're gonna have this import export. If you don't have it, go to settings over here, and then go to features. Okay, and then make sure that you have all the features that we will be using activated. So for instance, we want to use Flexbox container, which is already activated by default. Okay, all the green thing is already activated by default. Okay, so do not worry about it. And then yeah, almost everything is what is done. We are good to go. So let's go to tools over here, and then we're going to click on import export over here. Now we want to import, we don't want to export, so note that. So import a template, click on start import. Alright, so they said that we recommend that you back up your site. Since this is an empty website, There's no need to back it up. But if you are having a website already and you want to install this template on it, make sure you back it up. So I'm going to just click on select file over here, and I'm going to choose my template over here. So the portfolio website template, Michael Ray. So I'm going to just click over here, and it said this is what a zip file. It may be unzipped. Do not worry. I'm going to click on do not show this message again and click on continue. Alright, so as you can see, it is asking you to install these plugins. Yes, these plugins are needed. So we're going to go ahead and then click on next, and then which part of whatever thing that you want to apply. You want to import everything, so we click on next, and you hold on for some few minutes for the plugins and other stuff to install, and then your website will be ready to go. Okay, so first it said we have to enable unfiltered file uploads. Make sure you enable it. Alright guys, so your kit is now live on your website, and this is what came out of the kit. Okay, so everything is complete. Now we can see it's live if we want to. Now let's go over here and click on refresh to see our website live. Alright guys, so our website is now live. Everything is completely designed and done. Now there are a few things that we want to also do, and that is what I want to show you how you can be able to do it. So now let's go back over here. Let's close this. You see that the website is live, but our header and footer didn't really show. It means that because we are not using Elementor, because we are not using the Hello Elementor theme, we did not use it to build our header and footer, but we can be able to install that header and footer. So don't worry. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go to plugins, click on add new. Now search for customizer, and now scroll down and look for this customizer export import. Okay, so this is what you have to look for. Click on install now and click on activate. Alright, so now that it is activated, we want to go to appearance over here, click on customize, and now scroll down to export import. Click on it, and it will tell you that you have to import. We want to import a file. Okay, so choose a file. So click on choose a file over here, and now go to your single template inside. You see that there is this .dat file over here, which is also what Michael Ray customizer settings. Click on it over here, click on open. Now click on this one which says download and import images, and click on import. And as you can see, our customizer is now working perfectly well. Okay, but there is a problem because we haven't set up our header and menus. Our header, it is not really working over here, but don't worry, we will be able to fix it. So let's click on close over here, go to appearance over here, go to menus, and then we want to set up our menu. So make sure that you create a menu and then you set it up. So this is our menu over here. It has already been created, but the display location is not really done. So set it up at primary and set it up at mobile, and then also set it up at footer, and click on save menu. Alright, so now let's go back to our website, click on refresh over here, and as you can see, we have our menu set up. Now this is the logo that has been used, but you can change it to your own logo if you want. To change your own logo, click on customize over here, click on header over here, and then click on logo. As you can see, this is the logo over here. Now click on change logo, and then set your own logo that you want to use for the website. So let's say I want to use this particular logo, so I can drag it inside the website, and then just click on select, click on skip over here, and as you can see, I can just publish it. Now my logo is set successfully. I can decide to close it. Now the website is completely done. So now you can have all the things that you want in this particular website. I can click on go to services over here. I can go to portfolio over here, and I can go to contact also over here. So this is how you can be able to import this template, portfolio template, for your website. Thank you for watching. Let's see you in the next video. Bye bye.